Terrifier 3 has moved its release date, and the film will now arrive earlier than expected. The horror sequel is directed by Terrifier franchise creator Damien Leone, and will follow a slasher horror plot that sees Art the Clown return for vengeance on Christmas Eve. Terrifier 3 features a leading cast including Daniel Roebuck, Lauren Lavera, David Howard Thornton, Charlotte McKee, and Margaret and Florence. As per Variety, Terrifier 3 has changed its release date. The sequel will now arrive on October 11th. This change puts the horror movie 2 weeks earlier than its original release date of October 25th. Terrifier 3 is a horror movie to watch out for this fall. Moving the release date earlier could have strengths and weaknesses for Terrifier 3. On the one hand, a low-budget movie like Terrifier 3 will draw crowds most solidly the closer to Halloween it gets. This was the benefit of the original October 25th release, as it positioned the film just 6 days before Halloween. Releasing earlier in the month, however, Terrifier 3 will have more time to sit with audiences during spooky season. If it is still theaters by Halloween, it can still potentially draw that crowd while being given more time to amass ticket sales. As Terrifier 3 prepares for its October release, it will have a number of other titles to compete with at the box office. The week before its release, medical horror thriller We Harvest is set to release on October 4th. After Terrifier 3 comes the release of anticipated sequel Smile 2 and the Danny Trejo horror thriller Detour 95. Releasing on Halloween is also Bambi, The Reckoning, a mascot horror tale that provides a sinister spin on the classic deer. On its face, it looks like Terrifier 3 will face some stiff competition this fall. Despite its lower budget, though, Terrifier 3 stands a fighting chance in the box office this fall. While the first Terrifier film brought in merely $416,322 worldwide, Terrifier 2 took home $15.3 million, which was an astounding total given the $250,000 budget. The rise in revenue from the first to second film also shows that the Terrifier franchise is gaining momentum. This pattern bodes well for the success of Terrifier 3. If statements from Leone are any indication, Terrifier 3 will also raise the stakes from the previous films. Leone has previously said that the levels of blood and gore in the third film exceed that of the already sanguine first 2 films. Set against a festive backdrop, Terrifier 3's elevated violence will be additionally jarring. Between the franchise's momentum, heightened scares, and earlier release date, Terrifier 3 is well positioned to be a low-budget horror success this fall.